Well, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Lucore Automotive. Today, we're headed to Pontiac Nationals at Norwalk, Ohio. And our good friend Kerry is going to come with us, and he's bringing his 1967 GTO. At least that's the plan. I am going to take the 1970 Pontiac LeMans, which you guys have hopefully seen if you're paying attention to this channel. If you don't know that car, welcome aboard. If you don't know that car, welcome aboard. 400 power 1967 Pontiac GTO. Essentially, mostly an all-original car. Numbers matching, all that fun stuff. 1970 Pontiac LeMans, nothing matches. Absolutely not a numbers matching car. Nothing's original, nothing's supposed to be there. Hodgepodge of vehicle. But it's really cool. So, yeah, it's Pontiac Nationals this weekend. Oddly, it's also Mopar Nationals, which is at National Trails in the east side of Columbus, which I'm going to be at tomorrow, which you'll also see. I'm taking the AMC for that because AMC is kind of allowed to play with the Mopar people. We're kind of the ugly stepchildren, I guess. But before I take this thing on the road, I'm going to pull it on the rack, change the oil out of it because it still has the oil in it from Hot Rod Power Tour. So it's got like 3,000 miles or so on that oil change. So pull it on the rack and we're going to get some oil in this thing. And then, yeah, on the road again. It's a beautiful day here in Central Ohio, by the way. You can't tell. It's like going to be like 75, 78 degrees today. Perfect. Let's get this thing fired up, shall we?
By the way, it doesn't have a choke.
I really love that drum solo. Again, for those who don't know, 455 Pontiac, 30 over bore, 9.5 to 1 compression, 6X heads, all Poncho under the hood, Flowtech long tube headers, Pipes X pipe, and Pipes Violator exhaust mufflers, and Trans Am tips that adds extra power. Let's get this thing on the rack, shall we? Yes, you always have to give it that blip of throttle before you shut the car off. Always. You just got to. It's a thing. For today's meal, typically speaking, we use a Schaefer's Rascar oil. Their racing oil is a high zinc product. This car is a flat tappet camshaft, so I do need to make sure that I use a high zinc oil. Unfortunately, the flavor of Schaefer's that I wanted was out when I went to A1 and talked to Mark the other day. So we're going to go for second best, or at least our second preferred, which is Penn grade. It's old Brad Penn stuff. 1030, again, high zinc oil, very, very important. Just kind of curious, what do you guys run? What do you prefer as far as with your high zinc oils for flat tappet camshafts? I know Lucas has one. Brad Penn has one. VR1 from Valvoline is out there. Obviously, the Schaefer stuff we normally run. What do you guys run? Or do you just run normal oil with additive to do the zinc additive? Let me know. I'm kind of curious what you guys use. All right, let me get this old oil out of here, and then we'll give her a belly full of Brad Penn. I don't have my America hat, so today we're going to go with Snap-on because my hair is getting pretty long and it flaps in the wind, so we're going Snap-on today. 64 pounds of oil pressure, just perfect to me. Everything else is good to go. We're ready to hit the road. It is promptly 15 minutes after when we're supposed to leave, and Kerry is still not here. Shocker, shocker. Get this thing out of here. Well, there you go. I'm ready to go. She's ready. I'm ready. I got my hat on and everything. It's now 9:45 and there's still no Kerry here yet. Anybody else ever have this problem where you're like, hey, we're gonna be somewhere at 9 o'clock. Cool, I'll be at the shop, 9 o'clock, let's roll. I'm excited. Asked me 3 times last night, hey, when do you want me to be there? 9 o'clock. Well, Kerry, it's 9:45. I'm here, your car's here, and you still ain't here. It's cool though. I'd already be halfway there. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Well, well, well. If it wasn't Kerry, I'm on Central Standard Time. But he's here, ladies and gentlemen, only an hour late. So, this car is cherry. It's perfect. It's been very well maintained. None of that's true. No, none of that's true. He's also very much been enjoying this car. If you haven't been paying attention to Mechanical Advantage Garage the last couple of weeks, this is the car we drug back from Long Island, New York a few months back. We put brakes on it, did a couple of other things to fix a couple of other things, but generally speaking, that's about it. And he has been out gallivanting around and doing his very best to pretend like he's 23 all over again, with massive burnouts and all of that kind of fun stuff. You know, in a car that still is running the oil from the early 2000s. But today, we're gonna send it. We got a almost 2-hour drive north from here to Norwalk. Perfectly fine. It's never made that kind of a drive in a very long time. And then we gotta, you know, spend the day up there, and then we gotta turn around and do another 2-hour drive back. And Kerry is gonna take it easy, and this car is gonna be just perfectly fine.
Oh yeah. Hey, I put an electric fan in it too, a helper fan.
Yeah.
No more highway overheating.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Yeah. No leaks.
Oh no, it leaks everywhere.
No.
This thing leaks worse than the Titanic.
No leaks, no squeaks, no smokes. Yeah.
Oh, it squeaks. It squeaks like your mama's bed springs, man.
Here we go. Hi ho, hi ho. Let's head north. This might be an episode about Pontiac Nationals. Maybe. Oh, by the way, he has no gas in that car. Ah! It's alive! All right, we are officially on the road. Sorry, I had to. My foot slipped. Apparently the 67 GTO is having some transmission slippy issues. Kerry's a little worried about it on the highway. Apparently third gear's a little unhappy. So we're gonna take the scenic route from Plain City, Ohio here, where the shop is located. Hi, shop. Up to Norwalk, Ohio for the Pontiac Nationals. So back roads, beautiful country driving, lower speeds. Hopefully that saves his transmission. Who knows? You know, the car hasn't exactly been treated gently since it returned to life. But it's a beautiful day for a drive. I am in one of my favorite cars, the 1970 LeMans. I truly do love this car. It's loud. It looks great. It sounds great. It's fast. It turns heads. I love this thing. I love it. I really do. It's not fancy. There's no headliner. There's no carpet. There's no air conditioning. There's no radio. There's none of that stuff. I don't need any of that stuff. If I want to listen to some tunes, I've got my earbuds. Otherwise, it's just me in the open road, man. So, enough of that. I'm going to shut up. We're going to drive through the country and here in Central Ohio, and as long as nothing crazy happens, we'll see you at Norwalk. Pontiac Nationals. Hello. How are you? So if you are a enthusiast, whether it's Pontiac or Mopar or Ford or whatever, everybody has a Nationals event. Everybody does. They all have Nationals. AMC, everybody has a Nationals event. These are really, really cool events because it gives you the ability to see like the entire smorgasbord of whatever it is you're enthusiastic about. Every imaginable Pontiac creation or Pontiac powered creation is here. This place is packed, and Norwalk is a large facility. So I'm gonna get checked in here, get my registration stuff done. I'm not getting judged today. Not feeling in a judgy mood. So we're gonna get checked in and we'll show you guys the show. Kerry made it. His GTO is a little unhappy, but he made it. So many Ponchos. Everything from, you know, ratty project car stuff or things like this, all the way up to like fully restored, you know, $200,000 numbers matching, no mileage on it GTO stuff, or super rare Super Duty stuff, or, you know, literally there's a Pontiac Sunbird. Anything and everything, it's all here. I do love this event every year. Wish I'd been here a little earlier, Kerry, but we're here. Oh, there you go. We've officially made it. Have to take gas from Plain City to Norwalk, Ohio. So we're gonna need to get some fuel on the way back. To go check on Kerry. I'm guessing this little GTO project of his is not doing well. We pop the hood on this thing, show off my beast under the hood. There's the looker, Clark. You made it?
Made it indeed.
How's she doing?
Terrible. I'm at the edge of losing third gear. And second is slipping more than ever. But I'm thinking that might be a heat thing too.
Okay.
Because when we got in those little back roads and on the highway to, like that, the last mile spiked to 230. Ridiculous. But other than that, it actually, I don't know, it handled most of it most of the way.
So we're gonna full on highway blast it home?
I don't think it can hold the highway. It can't hold highway speed. Like that one little mile of highway,
Yeah.
I just kept rocking it between third and second to keep it going.
Ooh.
You know?
All
I
right.
missed the part where I just shifted into reverse here and it shuddered and like, you know, like I neutral dropped it. Like it is. This car is cooked. The train is cooked.
So, Dion at Vickers Performance, Turbo 400, we need to have a conversation. And I probably need to pull the Turbo 350 out of the 71 and bring it to you. Yeah. Hey, we made it. Let's do some car show stuff. I will readily admit, I do feel a little weird bringing a not show car to this kind of an event, because there's a lot of really nice cars here, and that is not. But it does stick out, and it does get people talking about it. I've only been here for a couple of moments, and already had people talking to me. So you guys are watching. Nice talking to you guys.
It is time for feature round number 1, and we are going to kick it off with this Galaxy Superstar. Attention to the pin area, we need Power Performance Planet 4. We need you, and we need you now. Power Performance Planet 4. 478. There he is. Gordy Long, Lake Love, Illinois, the long gone 62 Chevy 2. And Chris Cool, the Michigan-based CJ Stang. Big three. This is a round one elimination call. San Juan Capistrano, California. Welcome inland to where the real people live. Van 44, 128 miles an hour. Power full.
Pro mod burnout. It's so funny that they still do this.
Big block Chevrolet Turbo 400 Trans. Been racing for 30 plus years from Norwalk Ohio. And it's like that Orange Field. And lives in Avia. Full base. With an 871 Magnus.
I love this stuff.
First pair of tires and the Scott Rock Double A Gap version of the show. These cars, shorter wheelbase, high center gravity.
That, kids, is an 8th mile burnout.
Well, that definitely went past half track.
The Norwalk quarter mile last Saturday, the 45th running of the Norwalk.
This isn't really Pontiac stuff, but it's cool.
Oh, it's very cool.
Very, very loud.
Very. What?
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 Here. Mike and Frank Ziminek. Mike Ziminek is in the Summit lane from West Seneca, New York. That beautiful 1949 Anglia.
Yeah.
468 cubic inch big block Chevrolet. So forced up with Chevy stuff. CMC supercharger from West Seneca, New York. Some guys are going to attempt to run perhaps in allpontiac.com Super Pro or Super Duty Promotions Pro, and then tomorrow attempt to qualify. And remember, there's some strategy because of the 1A Auto Chief. Oh, to the staging lane. Pontiac Firebird body car. One of the things. Yeah, the lines is on. So here we go, 5 on 6. goes through 947, 71 miles an hour. Is Nick Love. Nick, take it away.
That's a really cool two-head.
Fine spot, and of course, Nicky knows he's not the fastest. So far, the fastest to go across the both the red light, and Ryan Mercina is 835. 861 is 861. And Tom Moon, your final close by.
A big portion of what this show is not just car show. We're obviously at Norwalk Motorsports Park. A lot of it's racing. And there's a lot of Pontiacs that go racing. This is just for one of the qualifying rounds on one of the days. This is a 3-day event. This place is packed with race cars. There's some seriously fast stuff on property. We'll walk the staging lanes. Obviously, I don't want to show you all the stuff that's in here because that'd be a 2-hour-long video, but we'll walk the lanes real quick, show a couple cars off, and we'll continue with the show. Hopefully you guys are enjoying yourself.
Second Speed Engineering, Kaufman Racing Equipment, LucoreRacing Racing, Ram Air 5, Summit Racing Equipment, Kennedy Performance, Scott Rock, Double A again.
Oh my God.
Coming up for you momentarily, we're going to have qualifying hour number 1 of Butler Performance, Frantic 4.
Really is something for everything. You like the old school stuff, the carbureted stuff, big body, small body, tube chassis, funny cars, nostalgia superstar, gassers. Obviously, you're going to have the LS twin turbo guys that lived in the, the late gen Firebirds, but you're going to find LS swap stuff in a lot of the classics as well. So it's not, these are not necessarily powered by old school Pontiac. They could be running, the LS stuff, which, let's be honest, you can make some serious power out of that kind of thing. It's an amazing event. I love coming to this every year. I was covered this event last year as well. If you haven't seen that, you're definitely welcome to go back and look at it. There's certain cars you'll see every year. You know, guys that have had their vehicles done for a long time, but this is also an event where this is like the event for a lot of Pontiac people, where you try to get your vehicle done for the Pontiac Nationals. And all the big vendors are here. Tin Indian's here, Butler's here, Kaufman Racing's here, Pipes is here. All the guys that are real big in the Pontiac world, all of those guys are here, and their equipment is on a bunch of these vehicles. And I will be honest with you, it makes me want to scratch the itch of that 68 Pontiac real bad. Probably should get working on my own race car, huh? Yeah. I still really want one of these. I've got a different hat on. Nobody will recognize me. That's at home. So many cool race cars. Makes me want to scratch the itch, but I don't want to ruin the 70. I'm really tempted to make that car faster. And we are actually going to take that thing to the track here. That might get me demonetized. But I am going to take that thing to the track here in the reasonably decent future, because I want to see what it actually runs in its, well, stock, but current state. Not really stock, but. What's up, man?
Everybody's got 428 crank. Spun a bearing yesterday. I'm sure it hurt the crank.
Ooh. I really do appreciate when people who actually recognize us come up and say hi. If you do see me at a car show or an event, always come up and say hi. It doesn't bother me at all. I appreciate you guys coming up and saying hi. But as I was saying, I really need to build one of these, don't I?
Yes,
don't I?
Yes, you do.
Don't I? Kerry agrees with me, but Kerry's horrible at making decisions.
Oh, worse.
Probably actually almost even worse than I am. I'll be honest with you, which is saying a lot. But I need one of those, right?
Yes.
I do have that 68 LeMans sitting in the backyard.
I thought we were going to safari that.
That could end up as a race car. That was the initial plan. I'm just saying. this all aluminum front end?
It is not.
Okay.
People
All right.
keep asking me and I can't lie.
Well,
this nose speaks it. So,
we appreciate the truth.
Yeah.
Is it still 326 power?
It is not.
That'd be the lie to tell.
That I'm not worried about because
As soon as you turn the key.
it's actually only a 432.
Okay. Not ridiculous. Very cool. Nicely done, too.
Oh, very nice.
Very nicely done. Very nicely done. The problem with coming to these events is it makes you want to make
Horrible decisions.
horrible decisions.
Wallet draining decisions.
Race cars are a horrible idea.
Oh.
They are financially stupid. Like,
Well,
hot rods are stupid. Race car hot rods are monumentally stupid.
when I think about all the things I've wasted money on, I think cars are probably in the
God,
lesser,
why do I want one of those?
Because they're awesome.
Nobody thinks they're awesome.
I think they're awesome.
Pontiac, well, this is all going to be Pontiac people watching this. Please tell me that we're starting to think these are awesome. Yes, I realize it's just a crappy Nova. But
It's not a crappy Nova. It's an X-Bob.
I need one of those.
Yes.
I do love them. I really do.
Yes.
I really do.
You need this judge stripe for yourself. I love this.
I don't want to badge that car up.
No, it's not bad. It's just the stripe. They had them on. They were options. You could just don't get
I do need to find rocker badges.
to the swap meet.
Yeah, Kerry wants me to go to the swap meet. I always stay away from the swap meet at these shows. Obviously, because if you watch the AMC video, I was there for 3 minutes in the swap meet and spent like $200. But I do need those rocker badges.
You can keep me from making bad decisions.
You mean Fred? Yeah.
How about that?
Didn't even tell me.
Hey, you know, I started that, right?
Sniper EFI.
I said, what do you mean you got a transmission? Why didn't Fred tell me?
Now this is a street car. This is a street car.
It's a street car with a blower.
It's a blown fuel injected full interior. You could totally drive this street car. Just maybe swap into some tires. You can drive those on the streets. Those are legal. I like it. And I love this. Very cool. Man, that thing's quiet.
Fun time, Jonathan Glaze. David didn't qualifying. Jonathan Glaze is second. Behind your number one qualifier who's already been knocked out. You never know what's
Different ways to do
here.
twin turbos.
Huh.
And Jason Amey just could not keep up with Jonathan Glaze. And now Michael Bennett.
This is how you end up as a member of the Church of Bad Decisions. This gentleman here, I randomly decided, hey, do you mind if I ask you a couple questions? And that's a Pontiac 350 with John Deere turbos on it.
He's not on a double breakdown. So Gerald lucked out. Well, I wouldn't say lucked out. He hit that down.
It's got 5 Eagle rods, 3 Scat rods. None of that, of course, balanced together. But yeah, that's super tempting. I have, we haven't really talked about this on the channel at all, but I have a 68 Le Mans. It's in the backyard that I was in the process of building into a race car before I started working on the 1970 Le Mans. And it has a 350 in it that I really don't really need. So, you know, maybe it makes sense to do kind of a junkyard cheapo turbo setup on it. Something like this. And, you know, see what it'll handle.
Around the 8th mile.
That's why you don't need friends like this. Very cool though. Very, very cool. We're not going to talk about this. I'm going to show it, but we're not going to talk about this.
We're totally going to talk about this.
So you saw this thing run down the track a little while ago, right? Yeah, you saw both these run down the track. You saw this run down the track. I believe, if my memory serves me, it ran like an 18.7? Yeah, 18.739 at 76 miles an hour. Not what we expected to see under the hood of this thing.
It's a 5-speed too. It's manual.
Look down there where all this hard piping hides. What in the what? What? That's amazing. Amazing.
For my front wheel.
Summertime, Steve Hawking, dial 1068, fun sign, Russ 12, dial 10 flat. Robertson, forward, Texas, and 73 in there, with dial up 914.
I think all of the GTOs of that era are here.
Yeah.
They're all here. I do love this show. And there's so many great drum beats. That's fantastic.
12 and then 1107. 115 miles per hour, wow. Oh, that big burnout you just saw, John,
Could you imagine?
Cadillac Escalade white.
Yeah. This is not going to show up on camera. But this is like a pearlescent white. That is stunning. I love
Look at
that.
the chrome hut scoops too.
Oh.
I know.
Almost absolutely even off the tree.
I love this.
The way it's going to be built, Giannicaros. 135 miles per hour, 10-6 on a 970.
I love that.
And that got the whip for him as
It's pretty. It's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
and his margin of victory was 74-10 now. So inside here, Dale Davis and his Sir Wayne Ship.
Working hard out there.
She can't take it.
They're gonna kill me. I'm too old for this.
Exactly.
I'm too old.
Gotta hold your heart in your chest as you're running.
We're backup grannies. We're not backup girls. We all have grandbabies.
Right. Been doing this for 40 damn years. I'm tired of this.
What's up with you, Shaway? Why do you want to race in the 50s and 60s? Why? It's because that's when you can afford it.
That's also true.
When you're
That's
racing
also
kids,
true.
you can't afford it.
That's true. This is a retirement guy's sport. You guys put on a hell of a good show. Running E85? E98. All right, I gotta ask. You got two different pairs of sunglasses. One I won, one I didn't win. All right. Championship sunglasses. I gotcha. One thing you actually do get to really enjoy is walking the pits at these kind of events because these people are very, very approachable. Just like I mentioned before, people coming up to me and talking to me that watch the channel or whatever. Most of the time, these folks are very, very willing to talk to you about the hobby, about themselves, about their cars, whatever. Now, don't interrupt them when they're wrenching on something. You know, if he's tearing the car down, if he's doing maintenance, don't come over and bother him. But generally speaking, most of these people are more than happy to talk to you about the hobby and what they do and all that kind of fun stuff. Well, now, I didn't expect to see that. That's a hell of an outfit. If you haven't seen these ladies working hard from up in the stands, these ladies work hard. Hard. Those guys get to do those 8th mile burnouts, and they have to run them back. That's these ladies.
Over there, man.
Down to 138 miles an hour, 978 on 98. Breakout. There it is, folks. Round number 1 of.
It's got one of the aliens from Mars Attacks on the dash. Hey, all you AMC guys. I got some AMC guys. Looky. Looky. Looky.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now so now your clarification.
It's still AMC powered. Hey, look at that.
Double A gassers.
Look at that. Got a cross ram in it.
You guys are going to be on standby.
Paint job too. It's actually from back in the day.
Number 2.
Very cool.
We're going to go to the big 3. We're going to go to then the super stock, double alcohol or double A gas.
You know, it's a car show, so vendors. As I said, the Butler guys are here. Yeah, this may be in the future. They do have their own blocks that are Pontiac blocks, but considerably stronger, don't have nearly as many issues with cracking down the cam tunnel or other known issues. Tell you what, something that's really, really, really tempting. These torque storms, super tempting. Get the whole thing, supercharger, piping, carb hat, everything you need to run it. All you got to do is put a blow-through carburetor on it, and you know, add. It runs 8 pounds of boost on one single one, or it runs 16 pounds on 2. Very tempting. Very tempting. Must not spend money. Pipes guys are here. Something I actually do want to mention to you guys. Not Pontiac specific. This is actually AMC. Since we have not finished off the exhaust fully on the AMC AMX, would it be cool? Would it be interesting to do a muffler comparison video? Because I have Flowmaster 50 series on there now. I could pick up a set of like Pipes Violators. I could do a set of like Jegs Deep Tones, some Thrush mufflers. Just kind of grab a bunch of different ones that are 2.5 in, 2.5 out. Center exit or center in, offset exit, and I could test a bunch of different stuff to see, what it sounds like, because I can't find anything like that for what I do. So, is that something that would be interesting for you guys to see? If it is, let me know. Obviously, I'm gonna have a couple of $100 involved in it, because I'm gonna have to buy that stuff. We aren't sponsored for any of this stuff. So, interesting? Not interesting? Let me know. What a great day! 78 degrees, bit overcast. Perfect day for racing, perfect day for car show stuff. Loving it. All right, from here, all car show stuff. Gonna walk around, give you guys as much footage as I possibly can, as long as this battery lasts. See what all I can get involved. Less talky, more show car stuff. Hey, you're a Pontiac guy. These are Pontiac people watching this. And I don't think you're any shorter than I am. So.
5'8" in heels.
Yeah, 5'8" in heels. Depends how big the heels are. Makes my calves look better. These things are definitely seeing a renaissance for sure. Unfortunately, we did kill a ton of these because they make excellent race cars.
It's a brave woman who walks out on this racetrack with flip-flops, so let me tell you that.
Yeah, well, you're...
Full disclosure, there's an enormous swap meet here. It's right over there. I'm not going there because I know me and I'm not doing it. And there's a bunch of other cars that are for sale that are over there, and I'm not going over there because I'm already getting itchy. I am not good at self-control. I'll be 100% honest about that. There's a bunch of stuff that's probably in that area that I want to buy. Kerry's gonna go make that drive. He's gonna walk around over there, find some things that he specifically needs for his GTO. I'm staying the heck out of there. So, sorry if you're here for the swap meet stuff. Ain't gonna happen. That is a $22,000 900. Huh? $23,000 Fiero? Huh? Nope, not gonna ask. Good for you if you get it. Good for you. Awesome. Let's get back to the car show stuff. Mechanical Advantage Garage. If you want to see Kerry's stuff, he's gonna do the swap meet. Good luck. I'm not going. Are those whippets? My goodness, I don't see those. This car, super cool backstory. I talked with the owners at Indian Uprising last year. I will link it up here in the top. This was her grandmother's car. Grandma's car. How cool was Grandma? The story of this car is awesome. Go back and watch it if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Super cool story about this car. Very, very, very cool. Super, super rare vehicle. So many great Pontiacs, so little time, so little battery power left. That's freaking cool. Even the wheels are cut to look like factory hubcaps. So here's a factory hubcap. Very cool. Great sleeper. Was not expecting that at all.
Well, so Rick Miller and John Weaver, those are your Constant Gray and the Thumper. Another 1949 is Mike.
So this is an entire section of GTOs, from original GTOs all the way through modern GTOs before they ended. I didn't get to park here because mine is not a GTO, mine is a LeMans, so I had to move over an aisle. But lots and lots of really nice looking GTOs. Nice looking LeMans Sport convertible. 71, look at this. Beautiful. Very nice car. We are just out of battery power here. I'm going to keep shooting as long as I possibly can. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I know these videos are really long. I try to cover as much as I possibly can. They're still racing. They're only on round 2 of elimination so far. It's like 5 o'clock in the evening. So this racing stuff is going to go a long, long time. But I try to give you guys as much as I possibly can of this. It's probably too much for most people. Most people have probably already tuned out by now. But if you're still here, I appreciate it. You've made it this far. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully you're enjoying this show half as much as I am. Lots of cool Pontiacs. I'm gonna keep shooting until that battery starts blinking. Ah! Battery starts blinking. We're gonna keep shooting.
Who it was. Worked next week.
Like the old saying, plan your work, work your plan.
Can-Am car. Two of them.
Yeah, I was watching. Looked like a big red green machine over there. But I don't think it'll protect the class. Well, folks, we're here still in.
I'm pretty sure that was replaced. Because like I said, I remember mine being closed like that.
125 miles per hour, now 557. Then it gets in there at 122 miles per hour, now 576. Well, Dan.
Well, Kerry's car is still here. Nobody took it. More impressively, it hasn't lit on fire yet because Kerry did some rather sketchy wiring for his auxiliary fan. Anyway, My 70 LeMans is still here. His GTO is still here. We'll see whether or not we make it back. His trans is not doing well. We're gonna take the very, very long way home to try to keep this thing at like 60 miles an hour cruising. But I have basically no battery life left. My battery light's blinking at me, so we're gonna wrap this here. Thank you very much for helping me get to this point, helping us get to this point, supporting Rich and I on what we're doing here. Hopefully you guys are enjoying all this car show stuff that we get involved in. It's really awesome to be able to meet you guys when we're out here and about. As I said a couple of times already before, please always come up and say hi. We really appreciate meeting you guys. It's really cool that you guys are all watching us. It's very flat. And with that, my battery died on my handheld. So we're gonna finish this with my phone. It's very flattering when you guys come up to talk to us, that you guys are watching us, that there's thousands of people that are interested in what we do. We're just a small town shop here in Central Ohio doing what we do. We get to work on a lot of cool stuff. We get to show off a lot of cool stuff. We have some amazing customers that have a lot of cool stuff. We're just very, very grateful for everything you guys help us do and that bring you to, that you bring us to do. So anyway, we're going to wrap it up here. There's hundreds more cars that I haven't seen, and I'm just not going to have a chance to do it. So there you go. Pontiac Nationals in Norwalk, Ohio, 2022. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'm off to Mopar Nationals tomorrow at National Trails, taking the AMC over there. So take care. See you later. See you in the next one.